There you go, one word. The baby animals there. Oh, they're massive.
Yeah, that song, I wish we could just keep playing it because it's going to be on the set list, I'm sure, when they hit the road in 2017. Frontwoman Suze DeMarchi joins us now. Good morning, Suze.
Hi, guys.
Hey, darling, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
That song, I'd love to just turn that up really loud and play the whole thing. But is it true that it was your least favourite when it was released?
Yes, it is true. I kind of begged the producer and the label to not put it on the record.
Why?
I think it was this record. The song started off as like a real country sort of ballady kind of song when I wrote it, and then it turned into something else. It kind of morphed while we were recording it, but I had that in my head that it was my least favourite song. But once we did it, you know, we spent a lot of time working on it in the studio. Dave, Leslie, doing that intro guitar part that is kind of synonymous with that song. Everyone knows that intro. It took him a really long time to do that. And we got hardcore, play it again, play it again. Mike Chapman was very, like, the commander, making him play it again and again. So he played it till his fingers bled, literally.
Wow,
literally.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when you first started this band, you were compared to a lot of people because of your performance style and the hair, and you just looked fantastic. People compared you to Michael Hutchence. Was that?
I've never heard that one, but I'll take it.
Is that a compliment?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael was... There's no replacing Michael. You know, he was pretty unbelievable. And, you know, in fact, in my very first band, when I was 17, we did a show with INXS when they first started out up in Geraldton. We did a little mini tour with them. And they just had that beautiful record, that Shaboo Shabaa, that was out, I think, at that point.
You didn't go to Gosford Leagues Club, did you? Because I saw them there.
Probably.
Wow.
I don't think we played with them there.
Yeah.
We played with them on the West Coast.
OK.
But Michael, yeah.
Well, you can take the girl out of Gosford, can't you, Sonia?
I lived in Gosford for a while.
You probably saw everyone in Gosford.
Yeah, I was at Gosford Leagues Club. I saw some great
We all make it to Gosford at some point.
Oh, we all do.
Now, as a band, you have been able to tour with some incredible acts, including Van Halen in the 90s.
I can't remember that one, but yeah, we did. We were on tour with them.
Really? So, would have been a big thing to go from? I mean, because you guys were pretty massive here when you left to go do all that sort of stuff. Was that to then do like massive rock stadiums with Van Halen would be pretty massive?
It was massive. It was massive. It took me 6 months to recover from that tour.
Really?
We were on the road with them for 6 months. We did every state in America except for Alaska. But we'd done a big tour with Bryan Adams before that through Europe for a couple of months, and so we were sort of we liked the big rooms. We loved it.
Yeah.
We would just like bring it on, you know. We were up for anything at that point, and we did it all. So. Yeah, but it did take me a while to recover. That was a big tour.
That was the rock and roll
lifestyle. That was the eye-opening, all the stories that you hear are actually true and more, one of those tours. Like,
really?
What is going on? Yeah.
Right.
I almost had to, I had to do a bit of this.
But as a female front, because, you know, in the 80s at that time, coming out of the 80s into the 90s, it was that hair rock that was very sort of, like, very male-driven. There was a real sort of culture going on there.
Yeah.
So as a female front person, were you sort of going like, hang on a sec, fellas, we need to pull our heads in, or were you just like, no, pass the tequila and let's go?
Well, it's a bit of both.
OK.
Because I'm a good Catholic girl, but I'm a really bad, naughty Catholic girl as well.
That's the best kind.
It's the best kind.
It's the best kind.
Yeah, but we still have our issues. You can't ever get rid of the Catholic issues.
It's the guilt.
But I'm really quite one of the boys on the road, and I love their company, and I love being in a group. And I've never felt that I couldn't do anything that anyone else was doing except maybe lift some heavy stuff.
Yeah,
but that's about it. But I was always like, I'm not carrying my gear, you carry it.
Susie, speaking of rock royalty, we hear that you had a funny situation with Brian May backstage at an Extreme concert. So tell us about that.
Well, when I first met my ex-husband, he was playing at Wembley, and I'd flown to London, and I was backstage, and a Baby Animals record had just come out. And I was just milling around, thinking I didn't really know Nuno at that point, but I knew who Brian May was. And I was kind of going, oh my God, it's Brian May. And he walked up to me, and I thought he's going to come up and say hello because he knows the band and he's heard the record, he knows who I am.
Amazing.
And he walks up and says, could you iron my shirt for me?
Oh, no!
And I said, I'm not the wardrobe girl, but I will iron your shirt.
Did you iron the shirt?
No, I didn't. He got really embarrassed and was like, oh, I know. He actually did say that was the only record I bought that year, so I was happy with that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But I would happily have ironed his shirt.
But, you know, you got the band back together. You're a single mum raising, as well. You raise your kids. I mean, are they rockers as well? I mean, it's really in their genes.
It is in their genes.
With you and Nuno, I mean, that's some good genes.
How old are the kids, Susie?
Well, my son just turned 14, and they're both really musical. My daughter's 20.
20?
Yeah. She's 20. I know, I can't believe I've
How
got
do
a
you look
20-year-old.
so
How do you
good?
have a 20-year-old?
How is it that you haven't aged and neither have I?
We must go to the same doctor. But they are both really into the arts. We'll swap numbers later.
You're on.
Okay. Yeah. My daughter wants to act. My son's just learning piano and, you know, he's into computers, video games.
But is it hard to juggle the band life and kids?
Yes, it's really hard. It's absolutely, you know, the most difficult thing about it. But I love working and they know I love working. I'm happier when I work. And they're, you know, my daughter's 20 now, so she really helps out a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't like leaving them.
No.
But speaking of kids, then you have to juggle the band on the road, and they're like children. I mean, Dave Leslie's never grown up.
No, they are kids. They are kids, but so am I. It's terrible. You should hear the gags.
Yes.
I mean, you've heard them.
Oh,
You would have heard all the gags in the back of the bus. It's just awful.
And it's the same gags over and over again.
But we love it.
And
we
it gets
laugh.
funnier and funnier.
It's funnier every time.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's so great
So
to
good
see
to catch
you.
up with you,
You can
Susie.
get tickets to see the band on their one-word tour next year. Babyanimals.com.au. They'll be everywhere, and they are still amazing
Yeah,
live.
you don't want to miss
Great
that.
To see you
Thank
again, Suze.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up, it was a